new players?
Your Honor, Mr. Casillas has come in. The only person we're missing is Mr. Sharman, and then Isaac Menchaca is still having trouble, I believe, with his.
New players? Okay, let's just call Docket and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Bexar County Court of Law number 6 on the Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court. I'm Judge Wayne Christian. Today is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the 6th of July, 2022, approximately 2:15 p.m. And the cases we have set for pleas today are cause number 676475, Isaac Menchaca with Ms. Therese Carter. And we have Ms. Carter, we don't have Mr. Menchaca. Is that correct?
That's correct, Judge. He's having issues. He tried to log on from work. He's having issues with his internet. I was speaking with Pat about that prior to the hearing. Could we possibly try to recall this for next week so I can either have him in my office or
let him continue trying to get in, and if he gets in, great, we'll do it today, and if not, we'll certainly do that, or we can do it tomorrow. Will that work?
I'm in a emergency temporary restraining order hearing all day tomorrow, so I will not be available. I apologize.
All day? Come on.
It's what happens when people run away with the kid.
All right, we'll talk in a moment, but let's see if he shows up.
Thanks,
Okay, I've got Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court, Track 1, pretrial diversion, pleas and probation agreements, cause 680892. State of Texas versus Jeffrey Lee with Mr. George Sharman. And my understanding is we have Mr. Lee, but we don't have Mr. Sharman at this time. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
And we have cause 676181, State of Texas versus Mary Lou Gonzalez with Miss Suzanne Kramer. And we have both of those folks, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And we have 669-147, State of Texas versus Nicholas Casillas with Mr. Michael Bellevue. And we were missing Mr. Casillas last I heard. Is that correct?
No, we have him here, Your Honor.
Oh, we do. Great.
Yes, Your Honor.
And last but not least, cause 657354, State of Texas versus Kelvin Johnson with Miss Elizabeth Russell. And we have both of those folks with us. Is that correct?
Correct.
So Miss Carter and Mr. Menchaca and Mr. Sharman and Mr. Lee, we need to put off, but the rest of them we can do right now.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, batting order is going to be cause 676171, State of Texas versus Mary Lou Gonzalez, represented by Miss Suzanne Kramer, Mr. Joel Richardson. Cause number 656528, a Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court, Track 1, pretrial diversion, plea and probation agreement. State of Texas versus Kelvin Johnson, represented by Miss Elizabeth Russell. And cause 669-147, State of Texas versus Nicholas Casillas, which is another Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court, Track 1, pretrial diversion, plea and probation agreement. So, Ms. Gonzalez, Mr. Johnson, and Mr. Casillas. The first document I'm looking at on each of your cases is entitled Defendant's Consent to Plea by Video Conference that purports to have both your signature and your attorney's signature on it. In fact, Ms. Gonzalez, is this your signature on this document, ma'am? And your microphone's turned off, I think, ma'am. There you go.
Yes, it is.
Thank you very much, ma'am. And Mr. Kramer, you're sitting in for Mr. Richardson, it would appear. Is this Mr. Richardson's signature on this document?
It is my understanding, yes, Judge.
Thank you. And Mr. Johnson, cause 656528, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, Judge.
And Ms. Russell, as attorney for Mr. Johnson, is this also your signature on this document?
Judge.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you.
Is going to be 9414.
We're getting background noise for somebody. And cause 669-147, State of Texas versus Nicholas Casillas. This is another Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court, Track 1, pretrial diversion, plea and probation agreement. Mr. Casillas, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Bellevue, as attorney for Mr. Casillas, is this also your signature on this document?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. The next document I have is entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions that purports to have your signatures on the back, effectively waiving certain constitutional rights you must waive in order to enter a plea before this court. In fact, Ms. Gonzalez, in cause 676171, is this your signature on this document, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And Mr. Johnson, in cause 656528, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. And Mr. Casillas, in cause 669-147, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
By signing these documents, are each of you telling me that you've had enough time to either read these documents or have them read to you in their entirety? If you had any questions about what was on these documents, those questions were answered to your satisfaction by your attorneys. So that in signing these documents, you're telling me that you agree with and understand everything on these documents. Is that correct, Ms. Gonzalez?
Yes, sir.
Now.
Thank you, ma'am. And is that correct, Mr. Johnson?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you, sir. And is that correct, Mr. Cassius?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Kramer, as attorney for Ms. Gonzalez, have you had enough time to go over this case with her? And in your opinion, is she mentally competent?
Yes, Judge.
Same question for Ms. Russell, as attorney for Mr. Johnson.
Yes, Judge.
Same question for Mr. Bellevue, as attorney for Mr. Cassius.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Gonzalez, are you a United States citizen, ma'am?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. Mr. Johnson, same question.
Yes, I am.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Cassius, same question.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Kramer, as attorney for Ms. Gonzalez, has the state fully complied with discovery for you on this case?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. Same question for Mr. Johnson as attorney for Ms. Ms. Russell as attorney for Mr. Johnson.
Yes, Judge.
Same question for Mr. Bellevue as attorney for Mr. Cassius.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Ms. Gonzalez, in clause 676171 to the charge of driving while intoxicated, second offense, how do you plead, ma'am?
Guilty.
And my paperwork says no contest. I don't think the state cares. Do we want to make it guilty or no contest?
Judge, I just kind of barely went over the paperwork with her, but I would prefer that she pleads no contest.
Is that okay, state?
Yes, Judge, that's fine.
Great. The court accepts a plea of no contest to the offense of driving while intoxicated, second offense, holds it in abeyance, places Ms. Gonzalez on 1 year Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court, track 1, pretrial diversion probation, assessing a $500 all-inclusive Veterans Treatment Court fee, DWI education. No, we're going to, excuse me, what's the next one up? Intervention, right? Because it's the second, yeah. DWI intervention, DWI victim impact panel, Smart Start mobile home interlock at 4 blows a day, or life saver, depending on what's available, for half the term, which is 6 months. Successful completion of the Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court outpatient treatment program, and completion of the VTC issue judge's bond, defendant to be supervised by CSCD and VTC staff. State, what did I miss? Oh, 48 hours community service probated based on your military service. Now state, what did I miss?
I believe you got it, Judge.
Spence, what did I miss?
That's what I saw in the paperwork, Judge.
All right, all good. Ms. Gonzalez, the next document I'm looking at is entitled Track 1 Pretrial Intervention, which is a contract by and between you and your attorneys and the Bexar County Criminal District Attorney's Office. Said contract setting out all the requirements and prerequisites of your successful completion of the Veterans Treatment Court. In fact, ma'am, is this your signature on this document also?
Yes, it is.
And Ms. Kramer, can you confirm this is Mr. Richardson's co-counsel signature on this document?
Yes, Judge.
And we got Mr. Sanheinrich or Ms. Sanchez with us today. I see Ms. Sanchez's signature on this document. Is she with us today, or John, are you covering us?
Yes, Judge, I'm here.
Okay, is this your signature, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Okay, that's what I got. What'd you do in the military, Ms. Gonzalez?
I was a translator, German translator at Presidio of Monterey.
You're a German translator?
For German, yes.
Well, when this is all over and you can have another beer, I think we should all go to Oktoberfest with you. Would that be okay?
I appreciate being invited.
Anything further from the state of the defense on Ms. Gonzalez?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
No, Judge.
All right. Good luck, Ms. Gonzalez. Thank you, Ms. Kramer.
Thank
And
you.
Ron, you're going to give Ms. Gonzalez a call this afternoon to confirm when in processing is going to be?
Yes, sir.
All right. All good. Thank you, Ms. Gonzalez. Ms. Kramer, y'all are out of here.
Thank you, Judge.
You bet. Mr. Johnson, to the charge and cause number 656528 to the charge of assault, bodily injury, family. How do you plead, sir?
Guilty, Honor.
And once again, I've got no contest on the paperwork. If it's okay with the state and it's okay with Ms. Russell, can we use no contest?
Yes, that's fine.
Fine, Judge.
All right. Court accepts a plea of no contest to the charge of assault, bodily injury, family. Hold it in abeyance. Places Mr. Johnson on 1 year Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court, track 1, pretrial diversion, assessing a $500 all-inclusive Veterans Treatment Court fee, 48 hours of community service, probating all that based on his military service. And let's see what other programs we've got you guys have in here. BIPP program, APSE program, no contact with Diane Johnson, and successful completion of any and all Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court treatment Issue judge's bond, defendant to be supervised by CSCD and VTC staff. That sound right, state?
Yes, Your Honor.
And does that sound right, defense?
Judge, Mr. Johnson is going to be entering into the inpatient treatment program.
At Bia Serena, the 40-day one or whatever it is these days?
No,
If
this
someone-
judge, this is the individual we've been pushing to get in as soon as possible. There is a dual diagnosis program up in Temple through the VA. And I believe it's a 90-day program when I spoke to Ms. Valdez. So that's why we've been trying to push to get Mr. Johnson in so he could use his time in the program while he's in treatment. And if you could just note BIP or VA equivalent, sir, they do have the strength at home program that he can take once he's done with inpatient treatment.
Okay, BIPP is going to be either the actual BIPP course in Bexar County or a VA equivalent course. And the dual diagnosis program is approximately 90 days. Is that inpatient, I'm guessing, a residential program in some capacity?
Yes, sir, it is.
All right.
And you report Saturday, Judge.
Okay, and that's located where again?
Temple, Texas, sir.
All right. And Mr. Johnson, that's okay with you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, all good. And the defendant's going to report this coming Saturday, which is going to be the 9th, is that correct?
Correct.
All right. The defendant is ordered in the nicest possible way to report to the dual diagnosis program for 90 days in Temple, Texas. And that's our primary issue on this one. The next document I've got for you, Mr. Johnson, is entitled Track 1 Pretrial Intervention, which is a contract by and between you and your attorney in the Bexar County Criminal District Attorney's Office. Said contract setting out all the requirements and prerequisites of your successful completion of the Veterans Treatment Court. In fact, sir, is this your signature on this document also, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Russell, the attorney for Mr. Johnson, is this also your signature on this document?
It is, Judge.
And Ms. Sanchez is the assistant criminal district attorney assigned to this case. Is this your signature on this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And Ron, my copy of my document don't show my signature on it, but I think we already did that. I just don't have the right copy. Does that sound right?
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't get what you said.
Yeah. This document, the contract, I don't see my signature on my copy of this document, but the original does have my signature. Is that correct?
I believe so, yes.
All right, we'll confirm that. If there's a
Yes,
problem,
sir.
use my stamp. Okay, Mr. Johnson, what'd you do in the military, sir?
I was transportation supervisor.
Did you go to the
88.
war?
I did.
That's a terrible job to have during a war. You just get to run around in your truck and everybody shoots at you and tries to blow you up. And that kind of the way that works.
That's correct.
All right, well, thanks for your service, sir. Anything further from the state of the defense on Mr. Johnson?
Not from the state, Judge.
Are we good, Ms. Russell?
We're good, Judge. Thank you.
All right. Good luck, Mr. Johnson. Thank you, Ms. Russell. Y'all are excused. And Mr. Johnson, Mr. Moore is going to call you this afternoon and set up your program with you. Okay, Mr. Cassius. You can call 669-147 to the charge of driving while intoxicated with a blood or breath alcohol content of 0.15 or higher. How do you plead, sir?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Court accepts your plea of guilty. Hold it in abeyance. Places you on 1 year Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court, Track 1, pretrial intervention probation. Assessing a $500 all-inclusive Veterans Treatment Court fee, 48 hours community service, probating all that based on your military service. DWI education, DWI victim impact panel, 6 months smart start mobile or equivalent home breath testing device, outpatient drug treatment with either the Veterans Administration or another designated VTC provider. And I believe that covers all that. Issue judge's bond, defendant to be supervised by CSCD and VTC staff. At this time, Mr. Cassius, I'm looking at a document entitled Track 1 Pretrial Intervention, which is a contract by and between you and your attorney in the Bexar County Criminal District Attorney's Office. Said contract setting out all the requirements and prerequisites of your successful completion of the Veterans Treatment Court. Is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Bellevue, as attorney for Mr. Cassius, is this your signature on this document also?
Yes, it is.
And Ms. Sanchez is the Assistant Criminal District Attorney assigned to this case. Is this also your signature on this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Once again, Ron, my copy of this document does not have my signature, but I'm pretty sure I signed one and sent it in. So
Actually, Judge, both that copy and the one previous, I did send the signed copy to you earlier today.
Okay. Then
So we're good on those.
All right. Ms. Costas, what'd you do in the military, sir?
I was a communication.
Communications in the Army or one of those other colorful organizations?
Marine Corps.
Marine Corps, that would be the most colorful organization. And did you go to the war, sir?
3 times, Your Honor.
Well, there you go. That's another terrible job to have during wartime. First in, last out, commo guy, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks for your service, sir. Anything further from the state of the defense on Mr. Costas?
Not from the state, Judge.
One quick question, Judge. He's still got the ignition interlock. Can we just ask to have that removed? Because he's
If he's active on a Smart Start mobile, he can certainly have that removed immediately.
yes, he's got the Smart Start mobile already.
Yeah, good to go on that, Mike.
All right, thank you.
And Mr. Costas, Ron Moore is going to call you this afternoon and coordinate your in processing, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Best of luck. Mr. Bellevue, Mr. Costas, y'all are cut loose.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Okay, and we are missing Mr. Menchaca still. Is that correct, Terry? We still got Terry? I see Terry.
Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry. I couldn't get to my mute button. fast
And we were
enough.
Go ahead.
That's correct, Judge. I still don't see him on the Zoom, and I've been trying to call, but it keeps going straight to voicemail.
Okay, so we can't get him on the phone and he's not on Zoom, obviously. I was gonna say, if you can get him on the phone, we could put him on speakerphone and still do it, but if the state didn't object.
Well, been trying to get a hold of him since just before the hearing.
All right. So Pat, what day next week we doing, please?
Hold on, Your Honor. It would probably be next Thursday, Your Honor.
Are we doing stuff in person next week or on Zoom next week? What are we
I
doing?
don't know. We have to discuss that.
Oh,
I have to, and
All right.
I can get with Terry and let her know.
So for right now, it's gonna be Thursday at 2:00. Does that sound right?
Yeah, we can do Zoom there. I believe I may have an MTR hearing on the 16th if she wants to do it on the 16th. It's up to,
The
I show the 16th being Saturday.
oh, then it's not 16th, 13th. Does that make sense? The 13th?
Ron, would you send Ms. Benavides out for your analysis test? I think she may be in the bottle while she's working again.
It's because I work in County Court 6.
Okay, Terry, next Thursday, which would be the 14th at 2:00. Will that work for y'all?
It works for me, Judge, and I'll make it work for him.
All right, that's the plan. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And now we just need Mr. Sharman